Blessed love, this is Rastafari representing for the Lion's Voice. See? Yeah, man. Keep it locked right here, sir. On to Zion we go. Lion voice don't move slow, no. Rastafari rules and reigns, and we're going where the blessings flow. Keep it locked right here, sir. See? Rastafari said that. Lion's Voice.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it's Exodus. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Rastafari. Lion up, it tried with lioness like I do. Empress on the front line, we need you. This is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, and a young scientist. Your role universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yo, blazing fire, yeah, man. This is Racindio out of Belize, and the time has come for the lions to tell our own story, right? Yeah, man. We blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah, man. Racindio said that. Blazing fire, lion boy.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the Lion's Voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari live it. Hey, the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to the Lion Voice, because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Oh, yeah, the Lion's Voice. Raw.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Food that nourishes the body.
Ital Food Festival, Sunday, March 15, 2026.
This is Ital, a delicious celebration of plant-powered foods, conscious living, and shared wisdom.
Local artisans, marketplace, cultural performances, and fun for the whole family.
From 12 noon at the President's Ground, St. Anne's. Ital Food Festival, Sunday, March 15th,
2026.
Ital is vital. Vital.
Yeah. Rastafari. Empress Yaya the first. Tell the people about Empress Mene. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love, and even when the people start war, you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion I do the bless with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, through the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start mal, when they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me not budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child. Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chazmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. It is Women's History Month, and we are continuing with our programming to uplift Rastafari and Pan-African women around the globe. Tonight, we are going to Trinidad. All our Trinidad Lion Pride, get ready. I know the item love the Trinidad content, and we are honored and happy to bring it to the item. I promise that we would have a return set of guests, and tonight I deliver on that promise. I promise that when we had Empress Carissa, Empress Juma, who were the organizers of the Ital Food Fest, I said I would bring them forward closer to the event. The event is now upon us, and so we want to highlight this mightiful event. But these sisters did not come alone, family. These sisters brought an army of lionesses, and tonight we're going to have that Omega energy. We're going to have that power energy. We're going to hear about all of the things that the Ital Food Fest has to offer. And then, of course, we're going to ask our global family to contribute. The vision of the platform is that we want to direct capital to the workers in the vineyard. So even if you can't go physically to Trinidad, we're going to have a link that we can share. And we're asking the Lion Pride, send a $5, $10, $20, whatever you can. Let's put capital in the hands of the workers so that we can make sure next year is even bigger and better. Year after, the ones can invest, they can employ people. This is Armageddon, and no one is coming to save us. So we have to build out our own infrastructure, and that's what we're about. Ital food is critical
food sovereignty. We're going to be reasoning with Ras Zola sometime in April about Rastafari food sovereignty. We were early and we were very upfront. We told the item World War III was coming, and we have it on documented record right now. Everyone know that we said World War III is already here. America going to invade Iran. Straits of Hormuz going to close. The price of shipping, gas, energy for the whole global economy going crash. We said it. We have the evidence. So big up all of the lion pride because we knew this was going to happen. But now that it's happening, it's not for you to take out a big box of popcorn and you eat your popcorn and watch a flat screen and you feel nice because it's like a movie. Because we watch a whole heap of these things per movie. No, right now it's action time. You have to be decisive. We have to make decisions. And again, the solution, we cannot change the world, but we can put capital in the hands of the workers who are doing the work so that they can scale their operation. We're not reinventing the wheel, family. You know what I mean? I don't recommend that. That's not the approach. That's not the solution. We are identifying those who are doing the great work, and we want to use these technology and this platform to put capital in their hands. And that is what the Lion Pride movement is about. We're going to be having our monthly meeting. We're actually at 46 people in the Lion Pride. Is the most we ever reach. We're almost at 50. We need 4 more people to join the Lion Pride on Patreon, and we boss 50. And when we boss 50, we are going to be starting our grant program. We're going to be giving a monthly grant to someone doing positive work within the community. We're going to vote on it at our town hall meetings as a community. And as the platform grows, we're going to also grow that amount, whatever that grant is. So again, same philosophy, capital in the hands of the workers. Make sure that people who are do the work have the resources that they can execute the work at a high level. No one is coming to save us. We're not waiting on any government to see what I and I see. We're not waiting on any state, church, you know what I mean? When you can't depend on no state or church, you know what I mean? It's only Haile Selassie the first. So it's within I and I that we are say. So family, Lion Pride, when I bring forward these guests, is not, yes, we love the education, but these are living souls who are instruments of the Almighty doing the Almighty work. Make I and I strengthen and support them. And make I and I, again, direct resources into their hands. 50,000 people giving $10 is $500,000. We can do that every Wednesday. You know what I mean? We just have to make that decision. It's not hard. You know what I mean? It's just the mindset. So we're going to chant that. I know I might have to hit 1 million subscribers to make it happen, you know. I know that. But we are committed to this work. We were called by the Almighty I to do this work. So we now run from the battlefield. We are joyfully executing the work. We have almost scheduled out the entire rest of the month. Powerful sisters are coming your way. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. All sisters, all month. And we're getting ready to announce the names for our third annual Empress Men panel. So stay tuned. We have a massive panel celebrating Empress Men every year. Last year we had, doctorate degree, this, that. Janine came forward. Who is it going to be this year? We'll announce the panel shortly. So make sure that you keep it locked. We are the fastest growing Rastafari channel on the planet. And it's not because of anything other than collective security. The item are the reason. So big up the greatest online community on the planet. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up on yourself. We are doing it. We are making it happen. We build it from ground to where it is today. And we are joyful. Also, When you see I taking a sip, remember Ramia King Design, I'm a brethren Ras Lidge business. Support the business. Our sponsors, Frontline Books, big up yourself. Wally King's Design, big up yourself. Brother Carl, Phil Potts, all of our sponsors. If you have a product or service and you want to market with us, we've been getting a lot of inquiries. So all of that real estate, that intro that you see, that's all of that's going to change up shortly as we put in more community businesses. So again, we're shifting. I don't have no bomb for go send to Iran. May I tell you them that that's not I. However, we can come together and everyone do their part. We can create the platform to make some economics happen. Repatriation time, repatriation takes money. This Saturday, we'll be talking to Empress Danielle. Her and our Kingman are doing a project in Ghana. They are creating economics to support their repatriation. So we're going to be having some repatriation content, the return. All of these things are coming in the next coming days, coming strongs. So we look forward, and again, just give thanks to the global family for supporting this journey. All right, housekeeping is out of the way, family. Tonight, what a piece of panel tonight. May I tell you, make sure you have your Ital snacks, you know. This panel is going to be historic. We have the founder of the Ital Food Fest, Empress Carissa. We have Empress Juma coming forward again as one of the co-organizers. We have now the vendors and the entrepreneurs. We're going to get into the texture, assisting them. We are do the work. So please help us to welcome the Ital Food Fest family. Let us start there. Royal greetings, family.
Blessed love, Honorable. Blessed love, all royal empresses. Blessed love to the listening audience. Give thanks and praise for this moment to be here again on your platform to promote this important event in Trinidad and Tobago. Give enough love and strength to the ones who are joining us here today. And, I want to introduce all the people today will be part of the Ital Food Fest. We have team members as well as entrepreneurs. So Empress Juma is part of the team as well as Princess Makeda. And we have also two entrepreneurs. Oh, and we have Empress Yaya. She's also part of the team because she does our graphic works for us. So give thanks and praise for her answering that call. And then we have our sister who has a business called Abida Liberty. And we have also Empress Christine will join us as well. And she is Ital Delights. So give thanks, Cozy, for having us here tonight.
Yes, it's really an honor. Hold on one second. We have Ital Delights that look like a mother and daughter team right there. So, royal greetings, family.
Blessed love. Yes, blessed love, Empress Christine and Princess Makeda. Thanks for joining us.
Well, give thanks. We did a show. If you haven't seen the Ital Fest Part 1, I want there to see before we meet our new guests. Let me check in with Empress Juma, my sister from out of Toronto, where me grow. And I mean, what's happening, Empress Juma? How is everything? Hold on one second here. Let me make sure there is unmuted. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, give thanks. So, well, Rastafari greetings once more to one and all listening audience, viewing audience, all Rastafari children worldwide. I am Empress Moana Juma Xavier. Most know me as Empress Juma. And I want to give a sincere thanks for having I here tonight, Brother Dijejmat. I want to glorify life and the mighty giver of life. I want to glorify all abilities, giving thanks for health and strength, giving thanks for the mighty Trinity, giving thanks for Empress Menenai, Holy Emmanuel I Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. So, to answer your question briefly, everything is just full and powerful in this time. You know, we are just
Thanks.
hours away from our third annual celebration of the Trinidad and Tobago Ital Food Festival, or Ital Food Fest TT.
Yeah.
And we are more than excited, you know. We are so grateful, humble at the same time. It has been a wonderful journey. It has been a fantastic learning opportunity, I believe, for all of I and even our community too, you know, as they are introduced um, and reaffirmed of the value, the powers and the strength within Ital Livity, within plant-based liberty. So I truly give thanks and feel very honored to be here. I feel even more so honored to be joined by some mighty ministering angels in the community. Some I know better than some, you know, but I consider all to be family and part of the greater strength. So with that, with these few words, I give thanks.
Give
Welcome and
thanks. Give
give
thanks.
thanks again. Rastafari.
Mighty for strength. I'm very excited. I feel the energy building for this Ital Food Fest. I think it's gonna be historic. I'm sorry I couldn't fly in and make an appearance there, but I want to get some of the stories because I see all of these shining faces, and you know what I mean. We got the eye and Empress Carissa story already, so I need some more stories. We can start with the eye, sister Zwednish. Pronounce it for I. Can the eye unmute? Let me see here. She said that she's way out in the. All right. Can the eye unmute, sister? So we want to get her early just in case we have any technical difference. All right. Well, all right. I see some movement now. All right. We're going to come forward to the eye. Empress Yaya, can the eye just introduce us, the eye self, to our Global Lion Pride family and let us know where you're from in Trinidad and what type of works the eye do?
Greetings, greetings. Thank you for having me, first of all. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. I am Yaya, and I am a artist at the forefront of everything. When I say artist, I mean I do a lot of things. I paint, I do graphic design, crochet, beading, jewelry, all kind of things. I like self-expression and creation. I also train to be a midwife, so I have that background as well of women's health. And also I teach yoga and do wellness coaching as well. So that's my background. I like to, if I like it, I'll try it. And I like to dabble in everything. And I think, life is for learning. So that's my background.
Give thanks, give thanks. So royal. Yes, sister. I see you're unmuted. Can the eye speak? And let's try here the eye. Greetings. She's way out.
Greetings. I am Zudanish. That's
Zudanish. Give
the
thanks. Yes, give.
Zudanish.
Zudanish. Ethiopian, I know that. Zudanish, please give us your history and your works.
Well, I will. Yes, so I will do.
All right, family. We know Wi-Fi the guy.
Now, let me say that because of my look, it's unstable. So I'm not hearing everything that everyone is saying. And I know that
Okay. We had our good earlier family. You know these things work. We are going to work with it. We don't panic on the Lion Voice Network. We know Wi-Fi the guys sometimes try, but we don't panic. All right, let us shift. Greetings,
Yes, I could-
Zudanish. Zudanish, can you speak?
Yes.
We
Well,
didn't
I
get.
am
Okay,
speaking.
okay. We didn't get the
I'm
full.
wondering if
Yes,
y'all are hearing me.
only little bits and pieces. Can you understand I and I? Yes. Give thanks for the patience, Lion Voice family. We're gonna try again a little bit later, but let us go to Ital Delights and let us meet this royal family. Please introduce the themselves and give us your story. Wow, the volume is very low.
No. Okay. Try again. You're hearing me now?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay. Okay. Earpiece. Yes. Um. Yes. My name is Empress Christy Jordan. Right. I hail from Movant in Trinidad. A mother of five. A Bobo Shanti, a member of the Bobo Shanti order
Give
for the
thanks.
past 40 years, reach 40 years.
Give
Giving thanks and
thanks.
praise to Most High, giving thanks and praise, for Annual Liberty, and I God and King. We give thanks to the crown champion of human rights, and I priest, Most High God, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
Aye.
So, as a founder of, this Ital food business, um, we have been having this business for the past, hmm, let's say, about 30 years, right? And it just continue until we reach at this point here where my children are involved within the business. And this is my daughter, Princess Makeda, a strength and a strong hands within the business. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, for the
So
moment,
she is the minister of technology.
yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yes, the young people they know the technology. I know. We give thanks to see the family businesses. This is so joyful because what we're doing, family, is creating a global marketplace, a global ecosystem. We're introducing ourselves to the people who are going to be part of our global food system, most importantly, because we want to create a sovereign food system, meaning from the seed to the table. We know who is growing the food, how it's being transported, how it's being treated. And then you have the end use, which is the festivals. This is how we get the food to the people by having events, by having marketplaces, and these things. So we are highlighting all these different aspects. I'm going to turn it over to the Empress Carissa to paint a picture about what to expect for um, 2026, and then whoever the I want to reason to block a sound, just let I know, and then I will control the camera for the eye. But the eye can just let I know, and I'll jump in with questions. But because I know the item have been working with the different vendors and entrepreneurs, I'm gonna allow the eye to help I to drive this vehicle tonight. So please, just paint a picture for I and I.
Yes, I. Well, Before we get into the vendors that are present today, or the participants, or the Italists that are present today, I want to make mention of the categories or the zones that will be present at the Ital Food Festival.
Okay.
So we will have a knowledge zone, and here we'll feature four speakers speaking on various topics. Like one would be climate change. Rethink Your Food is going to be present. We're going to have Akila Jarimogi from Panzaman also giving a talk, as
Okay.
well as Sister Adonis, a herbalist, an ancient ancestral herbalist giving remedies and stuff. So it's really
Nice.
exciting. The education component is important. Some of these people are here because, I might have heard, like, for example, Christo Adonis, I might have heard him talk, and the wealth of knowledge that he has. I thought I want to know more, and people need to know more about what he is saying and what, his this vast knowledge. So it was just to bring that back to the people and them. What else? We have a wellness village. We have a wellness zone with therapists, because, healing is important. We want to heal ourselves, and that way we could, connect with one another in a more compassionate way and, help heal each other. And. So we have a wellness where anyone can just come and relax, take a load off. It has various therapies available like massages, Reiki, yoga, etc. Another component is the education component. We have a couple activities scheduled for them, to keep them active and to also pass on some knowledge just to get them thinking, planting those seeds. Um, what else we have? We have the marketplace is the main feature, of course. We center in food. So Empress Juma, who's the marketplace coordinator, she will speak on that and give us some more details. Did I miss anything? We will have just a cultural zone, a little culture at the end. Some messengers come in and touch the stage or share their musical talents with us. So I think that completes it. And then Benjamin will fill us in on any of the little details that I might have missed. So we have a lot going on and something for everyone.
Give thanks. Give thanks. I love that. I love that, Empress Juma. You can give us the in depth of what the experience will be.
All right. Give thanks. Give thanks, Empress Carissa, for that honorable introduction. I want to mention also, can't forget about the youths. Can't leave out the youths. The
No,
Ital Food
no,
Festival
no.
every year has been striving to do more and welcome more and more young people of all ages, from baby even all the way up to the ancient young ones amongst I and I. But we will have a very strong children's zone also
Nice.
this year with physical activity and fun and play, African storytelling,
Nice.
eco arts and crafts activities. We have a scavenger hunt we are working on. We hope to have things like a blindfolded taste test. We hope
Okay.
to introduce a community of, well, I think the name is still being finalized, but we hope to foster a community of young people to maybe follow
Yes.
up even after the festival, to continue the works and to
Beautiful.
continue the inspiration even throughout the year. So all of these things, we want children and their parents or the big brother, big sister, big cousin, to come into the children's zone and also get inspired by something age appropriate, an activity, a story, a vibration, and all of these things and more in the children's zone. So I want to mention that as well too before we go too far.
Give thanks. Give thanks. So, what is the eye role exactly this year with the Ital Food Fest?
Well, supporter in all areas, enthusiastic about all areas, because I have, as Empress Carissa and others should know, this is a mentorship for myself as well too.
Yes.
Having had a wealth of experience in community development, but not as much in this country,
Yes.
but primarily as was stated, I have taken on the role of the marketplace coordinator.
Okay, yes.
So we're trying to bring, a level of organization and togetherness and also progressiveness to our marketplace, which
Mm-hmm.
is the main income generating
Yes, yeah.
stream for the event besides funding, which is another growing aspect, but for now it's doing business from that beginning from that micro level, being able to offer entrepreneurs and even nonprofit organizations and other community stakeholders an opportunity
Essential.
to come and take up space, at the event and showcase what it is that they have to offer. So this has been a positively overwhelming experience for I, especially in the response that we've had. Up to today, we still have people filling out the online form and registering to try to get a space in the festival. I would like to think that we're not dropping the ball on any particular applicant, although we were only able to take a certain amount this year. What
Yes.
I vision and what I would like to see is that the Ital Food Festival continues to create a platform where we can continue to engage with all of these plant-based enthusiasts. Who knows, perhaps the next Ital Food Festival, we might have a much larger space where we can house that many more vendors, but even in the off season, how can we continue to foster this community of plant-based enthusiasts, of Ital enthusiasts? So that's something that I, personally looking forward to. Let's not let the resources go. Let's not just let the relationship go that we've already been that
Yes,
has already been
yes,
created,
yes.
but
Critical.
generating so much interest and so much love for an event like this. So we're very, very proud of that. Very, very humble and very grateful at the response that we have gotten. And we are proud to say that we've been able to create a very diverse and balanced marketplace. We have a lot of returning vendors, which is a big strength. The returning vendors bring us strength because they're
Yes.
already coming with a certain amount of confidence. They have they've been through the channel already. They kind of know what to expect. And I think that's very important, to build relationships alongside ones who maybe they attended the event last year and, it piqued their interest so highly that they say, well, next year I have to get in as a vendor,
Nice.
I also would like to take this opportunity to highlight Empress Men and Rising, which is a
Yes. Yes.
very unique participant in the Ital Food Festival because it is a grassroots community organization
Yes.
representing Rastafari women's leadership and development and families as well too. So Empress Men and Rising is the only organization of its type that will actually be a part of the marketplace, doing business, representing some of the sistren that have their own smaller businesses,
Mm-hmm.
representing an opportunity not only for empresses to raise funds for their own pocket, but also to fundraise for the works of Empress Men and Rising itself. We have a number of wonderful and very well accomplished Ital chefs. Some of them are on this panel tonight, which you'll hear about
Nice.
soon, right?
Yeah.
Seasoned. And when I say seasoned, I mean well flavorful. The Ital chefs, and families. It's really, really outstanding for me to see the families like the Ital Delights family.
Yes.
Other families I want to mention. Benny's Ital Kitchen is another foundation family,
Beautiful.
leading family in the Rastafari community in Trinidad who have been setting the standard for Ital food and drinks, Ital Livity. In other words, celebrities in their own way.
Yes,
Not in
I.
the Babylon way that we speak about celebrities, but
Yes,
um,
I.
well-deserved honors, and have a real following. If you see the amount of crowd around some of the tents, it's like a reggae show going on,
No, we love that. We
That's
love
real
that.
honorable. We have our agri-processors, persons who take locally grown products or even some imported products and create value-added things like flours or porridge mix. We have our natural health care and body care
Yes.
specialists creating soaps. We have a sister who's doing cannabis infused body care. We have a
Nice.
couple of other vendors who do strictly cannabis infused products, and cannabis advocacy as well will be represented at the
Nice.
event. What else can I say? We have very specialized vendors as well. We have a cocoa specialized vendor. We have
Hmm.
vendors who specialize in honey, infused cocoa. We have
Okay.
a healthy breads person. We have so many people doing fresh juicing. Well, you know it's hot, so you can't get
Yeah,
enough
man.
fresh juice. You know, we have a punch boss. We have. I wish I had the list in front of me. I feel I could just give everybody a shout out, but I hope I'm giving. I hope I'll
No,
see if I can
no,
put it up.
mighty is
I
mighty.
hope I'm giving a fair representation so far. And I ask for a strength too from any of my teammates if any particular area I have not highlighted that I should highlight. But we also, something else I would like to highlight as well, we'll be having a demonstration section, a demonstration tent in this
Mm-hmm.
year's marketplace, which again, as Empress Carissa could say, the learning and the education has always been such an important part of this event. So this year we want to strengthen a whole demonstration tent where we will be having a handful, about 4 or 5 different demonstrations covering different aspects of plant-based and Ital Livity. We're going to have some young chefs, some youth chefs working
Nice.
with Chana, showing different ways that you can use this ingredient called chana, or other people will know it as garbanzo beans or chickpeas. But in
Yes, yes.
Trinidad, we call it chana. We are going to have a demonstration on sauerkraut making and fermented foods. Anybody who's following on along their health journey will know how powerful and how effective, and also how accessible it is to make fermented foods at home. Very, very cost effective. So we're really happy to have that demonstration as well. We have a demonstration on the ancient practice of smoking mushrooms, the ancient
Okay.
indigenous practice of smoked foods on the whole. But this particular sister will be focusing on mushrooms. So she'll
Okay.
be coming with a traditional smoker, and we're really looking forward to that. And then as part of our marketplace as well, we have NGOs who will be engaging in we'll be engaging on topics like tree planting, reforestation,
Nice.
environmental stewardship. We have a community-based organization that's focused on bringing positive media, strictly positive media. So they're going to be there also doing their own documenting and also engaging with the community in that way. We
I
have jewelry
can tell you,
makers.
stick
Yeah,
up in
I could
one
just go
second.
on and on and on, but
No,
I
no,
give.
1 second, 1 second. 'Cause
Okay.
I try to be a balanced brethren. I try not to feel a way, but I feel a little way that I cannot be there to attend this event. I feel a little way, I have to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I feel a little way because I want some smoked mushroom too. You know what I mean? I want to get some of the natural juice too. You know what I mean? From I
Okay.
from I see Sister Christine, and I know she can cook, Me know because me the live a long time, so me know that the food good, So I feel a little way. But continue. I'm sorry to break your
No,
thought.
well, we feel a way too, but I'm just telling myself that you're just bluffing on the show, and you're really getting your bag, you're getting your suitcase packed right now, you're getting your family in order, my lord, and
Why?
we will sight up the eye, at the Ital Food. You're already there. You're
Yes,
already there.
yes.
So that's my meditation.
Next year,
That's my
I'm putting
meditation.
my irates that these are the type of events we want to cover on this channel, so that we can have live coverage, or we can do a report. So we're working on it. We're working on it. The Lion Pride are gonna make it happen. So give
Natural.
thanks. Is there anything else you want to share before we go to some of our other guests?
Well, just with these few words, again, giving thanks for the opportunity to apply myself in this way. Something that I'm very passionate about, and always looking to learn and gain more experience and work along like-minded people. So that's the first thing that I would really like to say, and just a very heartfelt thanks to all who responded to our vendor call out this year in
Yes,
any
yes.
way, shape, or form. We could not take all the applications, but we honor and respect the effort, the time, and the energy that was put in. And we would just love to keep engaging. So we still want to hold on to these relationships that have been created
Yeah, man.
and make the best of it, not only for 2026, but for all other events to come in the future. So give thanks for all I&I vendors, give thanks for all who will be part of the marketplace, even all I&I volunteers as well. It wouldn't be possible, without such effort. So give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. And we have one of our Ubuntu Lion Pride, Ras Super, who's also out of Trinidad. He's asking, greetings, Lion Pride and Lionesses. What is the best way to contribute to the festival beforehand? Because we have the Lion Pride, we like spend money, We like spend money and support good things. So Empress Carissa, make sure you share on that information so that we can put it in the chat, or you can put it in the chat. Can somebody put it? Can you put it in the chat, Empress Carissa, too, so that anyone who wants to contribute while we're live, they can contribute. All right, I'm giving it forward to the Empress Carissa.
Give thanks, Empress Shuma. That was a wholesome report on the marketplace. Give thanks for your strength in the coordinating and organizing and the networking, reaching out to everyone and connecting with everyone. One thing we didn't mention was that we would have some live animals, some rescued animals. And this is one of the major attractions, not just for children, but, for adults as well. And, we're trying to foster that care for nature, just that connection with rekindling that nature, that love. So that's also one of the highlights.
What kind of animals we talking about?
Well, we have the El Socorro Wildlife Center. They do some rescue animals. So it ranges, they are cute cuddly types, they are the reptiles, they have a variety.
Because I didn't know that Trinidad had anaconda and them something there, I'm just finding out these things. There's a sister on IG. I can't remember her name. I think she's from Trinidad, but she go out in the bush and find all kind
the
of
animal
things.
girl, yeah.
Animal girl,
Yeah.
bigger up. I want to interview Animal Girl if anybody know her. Because I didn't know all these things were in Trinidad, but then it makes sense because it's so close to the Amazon and South America. But I think Trinidad, I don't know. So what are there gonna be anaconda and snake and them something there?
Yes, they usually have some reptiles like snakes, and some people feel intimidated, but it's also a chance for people to get close up to something that is not going to harm them, and they generally have a fear for. So in fact, yeah. So the animals are a great attraction for ones-on-ones. Yes.
Give thanks, and I love that because Rastafari always stand for nature. The word Ital actually come from the word natural. A lot of people think it's vital, but it's really from the word natural and nature. So when you talk about Ital, it's a really holistic sound. When and Rastafari have to stand for the preservation of the flora, the fauna, the restoration of the earth into its fullness. That is what the movement is about. So I love that the item are creating an experience where people can come from all over the world, flying, because this is going to be something that people fly in for. Carnival, I gonna have to ask the item how you do it. You hear them talk there? You hear how me bossy? Because I believe in my people. And Ital, trust me, in this time of war and insecurity that's happening, people are going to want natural food. People are going to, it's going to return to the basics as things get more rough around the world. So this is right on time. Who should we talk to next, Empress?
Yes, hi. Well, Zuendesh, do you want to try her again? Zudenesh, sorry.
Yes, Zunanesh, the
Empress
royal.
Zudenesh? Give
Yes, yes.
thanks. Welcome.
Friends,
Greetings.
blessed heart, wonderful. I got a response. I was
Highly.
hearing everyone in bits and pieces, and everyone was hearing me in bits and pieces. Welcome to Maruga. I
Highly.
am greetings in the name of the Most High, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie.
Ja.
I just want to say that I am very thankful. It is an honor to just share space with ones and ones. I am the founder of Abida Liberty. That is the name of my business. And I am only one pillar of my business. I am only a fraction, a piece of the puzzle. As Empress Struma said, it takes a community. I don't know how anybody expects to sustain their existence without community. I am one pillar. I have various other pillars that help keep Abida Liberty standing, resilient, and strong. So give thanks for sharing time and space with you all.
While we have the Wi-Fi, please, what are you going to be bringing to the Ital Food Fest 2026?
Ital Food Fest 2025. I was present then, and it was my first time there. We all had a wonderful experience. It was beautiful. I saw the wildlife, but as soon as we walked in, the energy of the space was so solid, so resolute that I did not get an opportunity to go around to everyone else. It was buzzing. So I expect 2026 to be just as or even more bountiful in that way. So Abida Liberty, one aspect of Abida Liberty would be Ital Food. We also do fabrics, textiles, education, and other parts as well. But Ital Food is what we will be offering at the Ital Fest. You can expect a popular one, which is breadfruit pizza. You can expect cashew paste, walnut paste, cauliflower nuggets, fresh juices, Ital lasagna. All of these things will be offered at the Ital Fest 2026.
Wow.
Yeah.
Family, I'm trying my best not to feel away over here, and I don't want people call me bad mind or whatever you call it, but I feel like why can't I be there, And if you're in Trinidad and you miss this, I don't know what to tell you. And I mean, you must make sure that you attend this event. Breadfruit pizza, where you get these concepts from? Breadfruit. Talk to me about breadfruit pizza. How that go?
So breadfruit pizza, I adopted from another sister, I believe her name is Janice.
Okay.
I believe her name is Janice. So you take the actual breadfruit and you slice it so that it comes out circular, right? And you can add your topping. So what I do is add my cashew paste onto it. And I add herbs and seasonings on top, and then I give that a toast, and I have a little special dip on top there too. And that's it. So it is the size of the slice of the pizza, that circular slice. Yes.
I can't.
You can also make breadfruit pizza using breadfruit flour, but I'm giving you the actual breadfruit itself.
Wow. And how much would something like that cost in Trinidad money?
Well, the slice, you can get 2 slices. Breadfruit has various sizes. You can have small slices or large slices. So a small slice could vary around 25 to 30, and the larger slice anywhere between 30 to 35.
All right. And I asked that because I don't want nobody feel like them are gonna get no free pizza because the sister. Stop that. Don't ask the sister
actually,
for no free. Yeah.
They may get a sample, because one thing you can be assured of at the Ital Fest is samples. In 2025, we did samples of our walnut and cashew paste, and the samples were done. But I do know that each vendor would be offering something, a little something to just whet the palates, get you curious,
Nice,
even more
nice.
interested. So
Beautiful.
yes, be
Beautiful.
prepared to have your taste buds dealt with. Yes.
I love it. I love it. This is a can't miss event.
Mhm.
If you're in Port of Spain or you're on the other side of the island, make sure that you rally and come support this event. If you cannot be there in person, we're gonna share some information where the global family can send in a strength. Ras Super same I got send in a strength. So you have one person already from the Lion Pride say he's gonna send in a strength. We're gonna make
Give
sure you
much
connect.
love.
So we want at least 100 people. Send the promoters them some strength so that they can afford to you know what I mean, pay some stipends next year and get a staff and a budget, a bigger budget. Big up yourself, Mr. IRS, Lion Pride and Patreon, checking in. Blessed love Rastafari. Give thanks, Rastafari. This is my global family. We're welcoming you to the Lion Voice Network, the Lion Pride. We are growing in strength. We're a movement, and the movement is around economic development because to build Zion on earth, it's going to take resources. We're not in no fantasy trad over here. You know what I mean? We have to build schools, we have to build health center, we have to pay staff, we have to, you know what I mean? So we want money spent. So that being said, before we seal up with the eye, who is way out in the countryside, what kind of wildlife is in your region? I'm a wildlife lover. You say you're in the bush. What's going on in your region from a wildlife perspective?
Yeah. Well, in Moruga, you can surely see snakes and tarantulas in your yard.
Okay.
I've
What type of
encountered
snake?
them in the
What?
house, on the bed, in the yard.
Wow. What type of
We
snake?
have, well, the small, we have boas.
Okay.
I find that that's the most popular snake in my area, the boa
Okay.
constrictor.
Big boa constrictor. And
Yes.
those are good for rodent
Yes.
control too. They're good for rodent control.
Yes, so we have a lot.
Yes.
We have a lot
Okay.
of snakes. We have
Okay.
a lot of wildlife in general,
Yes, because
right?
as black people, those type of snakes, some of the black people like to kill the snakes, but I tell them a lot they're doing their job in the ecosystem as well. They're taking care of rodents, all the rat and the mouse. The snakes are there doing their work. So we have to live in that balance. So give
Mhm.
thanks for sharing that. I'm going forward to the Empress Carissa. Anywhere there I want take it next.
Yes, I just wanted to re-emphasize that at Ital Food Festival, all of the vendors are prepared to give samples. And
Nice.
sample is important, just as she said, to entice ones-on-ones, but also to, let people know, Ital is okay. It's not something so different or so strange or, something that you have to be fearful of. It's okay. Come, be encouraged to eat it and try something new, or not so new. It's just a different way of creating it. The italics that we have are so creative, and as Empress Juba said, how we will be displaying China two ways, the food that we prepare, the base foods are so versatile, legumes, you know, um, the breadfruits and the provisions. We could do so much with it, and this is our tradition, So we want to remind people of that. It's not something new. It's just being creative and returning to what our ancestors would have done as well. So Empress Christine is the founder of Ital Delights, and somebody that I respect a lot and look up to as the leading empress. And she her food is something that I have seen also grow and develop into creativity, into healthier ways, and it's one of the strengths of the ITEL Food Festival, having her there and her creative, healthy offerings, healthful offerings, that she caters to different ones, people who may not want, sugar or gluten free, etc. So I want to introduce Empress Christine and her Princess Makeda, and let's let them talk about their business. Give that.
Give thanks. Can you unmute Minister of Technology? All right. Empress Christine, please tell us what you will be bringing to the Ital Food Fest 2026.
That's a love. Right now the technology. Right now the technology kind of lagging on our side with the internet, so
Okay.
we having a slight delay. So don't mind. So Empress, you can go ahead. Okay, bless the love again. Um,
Yes.
Empress Carissa, give thanks for your words of love and encouragement. You know, give thanks for all loved ones again. Just hearing from all the vendors that is present here tonight. It's just creativity at its best. You know, um, as I said, Ital Delights in have been alive actually since my firstborn was about 7 years. It was something where it's a form of economic within strength for the family, where I started, making pies and pastries, and my husband, have ever been with I within this thread on this journey,
Give thanks.
just supporting in whatever way possible, in all things. I give thanks for him and for his strength, not just within the business, but as being a husband, and
Yes.
part of my children, so I give thanks for him. From such time, he started traveling, moving through the communities and selling pastries and pizza until we graduate to
Okay.
food in that sense. Um, and as Empress Krista said, it's just within the journey from that time to here now, and just creating foods that one's can enjoy without the harmful effects. You know, within the Chola Rastafari, I read a piece of reading pertaining to dangerous foods
Yes.
and the plans towards harmful and
Hmm.
detrimental to the health of the black community.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that stood with me from such time. Because this plan came from heads of governments. You
Wow.
know, we call it the Bota plan, right? And after reading that article, it must change our one sense of looking at life and how real this war is. So within the food aspect now, we try our best, and it's not even our leader, King Emmanuel. He told us
Yes.
stop eat out of can and packs and all those set of shop foods, and I myself was wondering how they were going to do this, and not having that vast knowledge at the time, we were just saying,
Hmm.
well, maybe, that they said they would pay the shopkeepers to poison our foods. And you're just
Yes.
watching our brothers and sisters who trying to even help themselves within the communities, to survive, and
Mm-hmm.
not seeing it in a broader sense, that is mass production
Yes.
within big companies,
Yes.
so
Yes.
that is a very frightening thing, you know.
Serious thing.
So I brought up my children without eating snacks, total snacks, and I
Wow.
decide, well, I'm going to create things for them to eat that they don't have to face the shop, you know. And this is what I did. So bringing us here now within Ital Fest, within the natural liberty, because it's life, and anything that is life, we're supposed to want to take a part of, where our loved ones are even going through some real terrible illnesses,
Yes.
and sometimes it's just some basic healing, you know,
Yes.
backyard herbs that you could go and help yourself, that you don't have to go to these pharmaceuticals or these pharmacies to buy these poisons, you know.
Serious.
And I have seen from such time, from growing up, with my aunts and to this time, and that time it was herb. You go in the back, you pick your herb, you know, you draw it, you give the person, and healing was on its way. And now that you go to the pharmacies now and you're taking drugs for 15 years, all your life, and you still cannot get that help that you need and that full, you know, healing. So I give thanks for natural living, you
Give
know,
thanks.
and towards the Ital foods, we focus a lot on one's trying to transition from eating unhealthy foods to
Yes,
healthy foods, unhealthy
healthy
foods to
food.
healthy foods,
Let me say something.
where
Stick
at
up in,
times
stick
one's
up in.
are
One
living
second, one second,
complicated
one
and wanting
second,
to know how they can,
one
yeah,
second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
yes, yes, I,
Okay, it's a delay. I want to
yes,
just,
I'm hearing you.
yes, I want to commend the eye
You hear me?
for
You have a
raising the
delay.
eye children, Ital.
Yeah, you have a
Um,
delay.
yeah, we want to commend the eye for raising the eye children, Ital. And we want to say that
Yes, I.
the eye and your daughter, the skin is flawless. So the food that you're eating, you know what I mean? It show you that the food that you're eating is good food, because in the West, we notice a lot of people have skin problems,
Yes,
you
I.
know, a lot of acne bumps, and you know, your skin is your largest organ. So your skin will tell you the health of your
Yeah.
internal self. And I'm looking at the eye and the eye dot, and I'm thinking about ancient Kush and Nubia. You know what I mean? And how I used to be before all the processed food and thing. But continue. I'm sorry. I chat enough. Go ahead.
Yes,
Yes,
I.
I give thanks.
No problem at all. No problem at all. So yeah, so here we are, Ital Fest. This is going to be our third year returning, and right. So it's been a pleasure thus far, being a part of such a massive and glorious way of introducing plant life, to the nation of people, and sadly enough, people don't even know what is ITIL. So it was
Hmm.
kind of, you don't know what is ITIL, and that is coming from a doctor, right?
Yes.
You don't know what is ITIL, the term ITIL, and before it was plant based on vegetarian, all this, it was ITIL,
Yes.
Rastaman living, not just
Yes.
in food, but in works and in deeds, in thoughts, and meditation towards God, because that is the connection there, right? He brought, the herb in healer the nation, you know, plant healing seeds. It's from creation.
It
And we
is.
saw from how far we have drifted from that natural way of living, that,
Yes.
that you're giving babies cow's milk, and it's just mucus. It's just mucus, So we try to present our foods where one that they are familiar with, so it will be an easy transition for them, where as they go along, they'll be weaning off of
Okay.
certain, products that is not good, right? And as I say, we just go hardcore too if we want to. If I want, we'll go hardcore, no oil or salt, you know, in that aspect.
Okay.
Bacons, we do a lot, and I give thanks to the strength of my daughter here too, because I just say she's a scientist. Just put her in her lab and just leave her. She will just take over and do what she has to do, right? So I
Brilliant.
would just, pass it on to the princess still to still see her part still.
Yes.
Give thanks.
Yes. We're looking forward. We're looking forward.
Um, bless the Lord. My name is Princess Mars. Yes, I. Um, well, I give thanks to be here. I give thanks for the Ital Food Festival. Where we could get an opportunity and a chance to share our creation and our, what is the word? Hard work, basically, because this Ital Liberty is hard work. And having an opportunity to share that light where ones could also glorify in that liberty and not looking at it through scrutiny or looking at it through stereotypical bias. That does be um, a good experience to have and to talk to people and to enlighten them. And sometimes it's just education because the going about the life having one way of thoughts, thinking that is how it is, and not until they actually interact with someone or yeah, with someone they get to realize that it's not really how I was saying it all the time.
Hmm.
So that was a good aspect within the Ital Food Festival, and it's something I definitely look forward to again.
How old is the eye, Empress?
Give thanks.
How old is the eye?
Um, I I am 26 years old. Recently, just turned 26.
Okay, so the eye would be classified as a young adult in the Lion Voice Network. Um, our young adults are very key to us, and it's a joy to see they are embrace the
Yes.
liberty and doing the work. There with your mother, it's made my day. You know what I mean? I really feel good to see how they articulate their self and just the joy. I can see the joy in the eye. You know what I mean? I can see the joy. So we really give thanks. Is there anything else you want to share? What is your best dish? What is the signature dish?
Ah, that is a very hard question. um, there's so many. There's so At the moment, I would say definitely look out for quinoa jollof and
Okay.
look out for our plantain lasagna. And definitely look out for our item meats. So yeah, we have a lot to offer.
All right, family. I'm doing my best not to feel away, but sometimes you do this work and people are talking about some type of food where you never hear about and you know what I mean? You're trying to be positive, but I need to get to Trinidad. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but boy, I'm gonna tell the item quinoa jollof. Eh?
You're
Wow.
You
trying, you're
definitely
trying.
need to.
Mighty, mighty. All right, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna return to the eye, give thanks, family, royal family, and we continue.
Yes, give thanks, Empress Christine, for touching on how important it is to live intentional and to make those conscious choices to protect our family, from the institutions. So we take care of ourselves, we use what we have available to stay away from the hospital and these things and keep our families healthy. So that's one of the tenets of the Ital Food Festival to highlight the benefits of a plant-rich food system and to debunk a lot of the myths that people have. People have myths like dairy is actually good for us. Dairy gives us strong bones and teeth. It's something that we've heard all our life. Our parents and grandparents think they're doing good by us, giving us cereal and dairy milk. But it's information that hasn't been shared with us and is now being unearthed. And we need to know about it. We need to have these conversations that the majority of us in any race we are lactose intolerant. We weren't designed to drink dairy milk. We don't have the enzyme in our body after weaning off our mother's milk. So we have to really dig up and delve into what has been told to us and what is the reality. And we don't get any benefits from processed foods. That's another thing that we want to focus on, you know. So most of the Bobo Shanties and the Rastafari will make their own snacks, their own foods, you know, to make sure we know what we put into our body and what we give into our children, you know. So that is something that is also important to us. Many of the non-communicable diseases that are pervasive in all our regions, you know, the United States and the Caribbean as well, heart disease, hypertension, certain cancers, um, stroke.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
things can be taken care of if we just be careful of what we put into our body, you know. And after COVID, I had that opportunity to really examine what people were buying, their buying choices, and I realized that there was no connection to what people were eating and how it's impacted their body. Nobody was thinking food is affecting my health, you know, and I thought that was a really big gap. People really needed to make that connection. Why am I eating? What is food doing to me? How is it directly impacting my body, you know? And plant-based food is vitalizing. It doesn't slow us down. And what it has that is unique from everything else that I mentioned, like meat or processed food, is that it has fiber. You can't get fiber from anything else. And you need fiber to have a healthy system to flush out everything and, you know, just to make sure the digestive tract is in order. So we need to increase the plants on our plate for our health. That's one of the main reasons, you know, and there are several other reasons as well, you know, for the environment. So that's something that we will touch on as well. The United Nations is actually calling on the majority of us to increase our plant-based, our plant food, so that we can make an impact on the climate. You know, I
Yeah.
just saying. I know there's a lot of debate about that, but you know, if we shift to two-third vegan and vegetarian food, this will help us to meet our climate targets. You know, and this is what United Nations has been calling on us to do. So we have teamed up with Climate Analytics, which is international nonprofit organization that has a branch in Trinidad, and they have partnered with us to be our community liaison people, putting us into the spotlight, discussing these kinds of things. So we've gotten that strength to really be on social media and make connections about what we're doing and bringing it home to people. You know that food intersects with so many other things. You know, it's a whole ecosystem that intersects with it, and we want people to be aware of their choices and be more intentional, you know. So that's really what's happening here.
Give thanks.
So yeah, and we want to talk to Empress Makeda, Princess Makeda. I wanted to say this, give thanks. Princess Makeda has been 2 years now on the social media front, you know, as you call her, the technology person or whatever. She has been given a really great strength to keeping our socials updated, all of them, you know. I have 3 children and don't have that time to really be behind the social media, but Princess Makeda has given that strength to keeping us in the loop, keeping us, you know, always active and posting and letting people know what is happening. So I give thanks for her strength, you know, in
We,
that regard.
our young adults, we can't do anything without them, you know. We have to big you up. And you
Yes,
see how
indeed.
I identified there as the Minister of Technology early. Eh?
Yes.
Me know these things, you know. Me know the thing them.
You just
All
get
right,
up.
all right, family. So who is next? Oh, before you do that, our elder Bongo Wisely, former chair of the Caribbean Rastafari organization, Sequasi. The Ital Standard certification has a role in making these festivals more authentic moving forward. And just so you know, there is an effort to create a Ital certification standard that's happening in Jamaica through the Rastafari Mansions and organization. There's an international committee that has been formed. I know there's also a Ital Fest in St. Vincent, Sister Idisha and the next brethren are doing, and there are other Ital festivals. So the vision is that I and I would have all of these as a network of events that are feeding each other, that are creating an end distribution point for our Rastafari farmers who are farming the Ital produce, Ital ganja, the Ital restaurants. So this is what we're talking about, and we're gonna bring forward Ras Zola to talk about Rastafari food sovereignty, where we are controlling from the seed to the table to the distribution from the trucks that go out, everything for Ital, you know what I mean, and creating that system, operating that system globally as Rastafari is essential because this is where our wealth will be generated. His Majesty said that people, that agriculture is a prerequisite to industrialization, and a people who puts their trust in agriculture can look forward to a bright future. So the economic base of Rastafari has to be based on agriculture. And these festivals are the consumption point for the general public and for ourselves. Let me just say before we go to the next guest, I want to talk to the brethren them who smoke their chalice, who burn them big head spliff, and they want to go to the festival and eat off all the samples and don't spend the money. Stop that. Don't do that. Make sure you save up some money, brethren. Barasai and I, as the man them have to stand up in this time, Gideon boat, even if it's a $100, $200, 20 Trinidad, you save that. Don't go to the people them place and a beg Empress Juma free food and you beg the system them a free food and you itch up around the boat and look at free food. No, we have to stop that. It's Armageddon. All right, I'm stopping. I'm stopping. All right. Are we gonna go to Empress Yaya?
Yes, I, Empress Yaya, give thanks for coming through. And I just want to publicly say, give thanks for joining the Ital Food Festival team this year.
Thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure. It was something I felt called to take part in. Just a little background. I grew up with my grandmother was vegetarian, and grew up every morning with carrot juice, tomato juice, those kind of things, and eating outside of what the people you would meet every day eating. And as a child having those experiences, and then now me having my own children now, I think this festival is so important for my children to be able to meet other people who eat like them and who have that same mindset, and who that reinforce that parenting that I'm teaching of, we eat for life, we eat for health, we eat for wealth, and just reinforcing that background as well. And yeah, I think I'm so disappointed that I didn't find you guys last year. When I seen it this year, I was like, this happens every year and I didn't know about it. I was shocked. But I'm so grateful for you guys having me here as well. Like, I'm deeply grateful. So yes, thank you.
Give thanks. Give thanks. So what should we expect from the eye this year at the
So
Ital Food Fest?
this year, I am focusing on fresh juice. Like I said, I grew up with fresh juice every morning, carrot juice, mango juice every morning. So it's something I want to share with other people. And a lot of the times when you buy juice outside, they have water mixed with it and sugar and all these other things and preservatives, and it doesn't even taste like juice. You could taste that it's just artificial flavoring. Um, and I really struggled with that moving. I lived in the UK and I came back to Trinidad, and I'll taste juice like there. When you buy juice, most of the time it's just juice. It's just, even if it is concentrated, it's just
Yes.
juice.
Yes.
And I struggle, buying my children juice, and I taste it first, and I just confused, like it don't even taste like juice. I would just
Okay.
so I moved back to making my own. It pushed me
Okay.
back into making my own juice. And finding that space for them to be able to have something that's more nutritious and
Yes. Yes.
processed. Because I always think, why juice have 25 ingredients when I just need 5 oranges? You don't need 25 ingredients to make juice for a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old.
Yes.
So juice. And I also do crochet and make beaded jewelry, so you'll be expect to find some crochet. I do crochet head wraps, hats. I do beaded jewelry with semi-precious stones and cowrie shells and glass beads. So I like to use natural materials. So all my crochet would be either cotton or wool. 100% cotton, and the same with the beads. I always use glass beads or natural stone when I make my creations as well. So I like to make sure the materials and the things that I use are also natural, just to allow that connection, because these natural elements, they hold energy, and I want people to be able to feel and connect with a glass beads on your skin. The coldness on the skin could have specific benefits to your body. The same with the natural fibers. When we put things on our head and our body, when you have the synthetic fibers,
Serious.
essentially you're wrapping yourself in a piece of plastic and sweating and
Yes.
feeling
Yes.
hot. So especially having that cotton, for me, I know for me it makes a huge difference in how I feel and how my body feels and how my head feels and my clarity. And the plastics do so much to our bodies. The
Yes.
plastics so
Microplastic.
much to our children, and coming from a background as well in women's health, and seeing the impact that plastics have on children in the womb and as they're born. And like Empress Carissa said, no, not Empress Carissa, Ital Delights are drinking from bottles and drinking from a plastic bottle, and cow's milk as if we baby cows, and all those things, they impact and they lead into each other in a specific way. So again, I think the festival is so impactful because even though Ital Delights are selling food, all these things impact and they connect with each other in a way, in a kind of synergy where it's really a lifestyle, it's really a way of living. It's really a way of respecting yourself, the earth, other people, respecting nature. And I think as well we need to lead by example from ourselves, and then pour that into other people and give them the knowledge and the information to allow them to make those decisions, or give them the guidance to make those decisions as well.
Yes. What is your signature juice? What is the
Juice, I like to be creative with my juice. Juice and teas are kind of my thing. So whatever I feel like in the morning would depend on um, what I like to create. But I love orange juice, or anything citrus. And unpopular, I like sour juice. So I like grapefruit, I like lemon,
I
I
love
like
grapefruit too.
without any sweetening or anything. Like I
Yes,
would
yes,
half orange, half lemon, and I would enjoy that so much. I would sometimes just put some hot water in it. If I feel for something hot, I would put some warm water in it just to have something warm on my chest in the
yes,
morning.
yes, yes.
But yeah, I like sour and I like bitter. But I know that's not everybody's favorite. So we have things like apple, carrot, and ginger, um,
Yes.
some turmeric, beetroot,
Mm,
watermelon, um,
nice.
and again fresh orange. I don't think fresh orange juice so refreshing as well. So
Wow.
we have a lot of orange juices that is a favorite as well, and watermelon.
Nice, nice. So you can get some nice ital and you can wash it down with some nice
Yeah.
orange juice and
And we have some fresh herbs to put in the juice, like mint,
fresh
if we just want a
herbs,
kick
mint
with
and
the juice.
what a thing. Can you mail a juice to Washington DC?
I could try, but I kind of guarantee it would get there in the form that you
Wow.
want to consume it in.
Wow,
So
wow. You see why me have to feel a little kind of way? Because this thing now work out for I man. And I mean it gonna work for Trinidad. And Trinidad I go happy. But for the rest of the lion pride around the globe, it now work out for us. So what we have to do is send them some strength. You know what I mean? Let us send some strength to the event so that next year it can be bigger and better. There's a lot of volunteers behind the scenes that go into making an event like this happen. And we want to move away from just strictly volunteers, and we want to empower the organizers that they can pay a staff, they can scale the operation, Event can tour maybe to different parts of the island. There's so much that can be done if we come together as a global family. 50,000 people giving $10, could cover the budget for the festival. So, I don't want to just have 63,000 subscribers as a vanity and we not do nothing. No, family. As we grow the platform, we want to have an active Lion Pride that is supporting our guests, uh, building our nation, so that in 10 years from now, we can see, we'll be able to film the uprising. Why must Tyler Perry by himself in him dress be the only one putting out content? Eh? Why I and I as Rastafari can't have our own platform where we showing our lifestyle that the whole world love? Eh? In a royal fashion. Look how royal these sisters look tonight, family. Eh? Feel good to see them. So please, Empress Carissa, take it again and anywhere you want to take it from here. If you have any questions for the panelists, please put them in the comment section if you have any questions. I see someone asking about the ITAL certification. It's in process. We will have update. This is your hub. There is a Rastafari media collective as well that has come together. So when it's time to launch the certification, that will be done, through the different institutions. CRO will be involved. All of the different institutions will be involved. The RCC in Africa will be involved. It'll be a global launch. Until then, again, we're just asking one to support our restaurants, our ecosystem, feed the ecosystem. Try not to buy outside of the community. Let's circulate the Rastafari, the Pan African dollar, so that all of these sisters should be millionaires. You know what I mean? That is what I'm chanting. I want all of the items to be millionaires, because these mamas are going to employ their children. They're going to employ community. They're going to build businesses that free us from Babylon. And that's the only way it's going to happen. So definitely, do they have any social media for contact? So we're going to ask the item before the end of the episode, everyone to share their how people can contact their business individually. And the other thing I want to share with the item is that each and every one of the item as sistering have a global brand. So don't just think of your brand as a Trinidad brand. You know what I mean? Because when you build yourself as a global brand, when tourists come to Trinidad, guess what they will do? They will come look for you, don't it? You can have merch online. You have things called drop shipping where you can have a logo for your business. People will buy a t-shirt, it'll ship to them. All of those things you can do. So, even as sistering entrepreneurs, it's very important for the item to come on platforms like this so that you expose your brand to a global audience so that people can know what you're doing and they can support. So before we seal up tonight, we'll give everyone an opportunity to promote their individual business. And, if you have contact information, again, most of our audience will watch this on the replay. And I'm asking the audience, support these sisters. If you can even send them a $10, $15, buy something. If they don't have anything, give them a contribution for doing the work and being a light. All right, Empress.
Yes, I give thanks. At this juncture, I want to take the opportunity to, really recognize all the participants who have come forward to really put Ital Food Festival in the capacity that it is, because it's really, as you said, it's an experience that we're trying to create. We're trying to really, you know, people, voices like Empress Juma, voices like Princess Makeda, voices like everyone here today is so important in shaping Ital Food Festival. This is what it is about. Really, just letting ones be comfortable with what Rastafari liberty is, what a natural liberty is, and making it easier for them to access it, first of all, because everybody's gathered together in one space. So, again, that's why I want to thank people for being so brave, for people for responding, for people for, taking a chance with their business and coming out, because really sharing a lived experience, this is what it is about. These sessions here are living this life. And for me personally, is Rastafari is goodness. I am also living my best life, and this is what we want ones and ones to really full joy and really overstand, and have a forum to ask questions and have a forum to get to know more, and it's something that I find when I'm traveling. People ask, youth will say, young people will see me and walk about, and what's Rastafari, and I could recall when I was coming, all right, I was excited to share things that I was learning, but at the time, people watch me like, oh, you're holier than thou, or you get too righteous and these
Yes,
kinds of
yes.
things. But I find the situation is totally different now, and people are much more perceptive. People want to know. People are encouraged to reach out and ask. So this is why I didn't stick. This is why Ital Food Fest had to happen, because the conscious level is rising and people are interested. So it was important to just have this forum of ones and voices like who are present, who are living the life, and who could share in that wealth of goodness. So I give thanks to all the Italists who are going to be part of the festival, all the vendors who take their time to prepare good, wholesome, plant-based foods. To all the wellness practitioners who want to share and become part of this journey to heal our nation, heal our community. To all our sponsors who believe in the vision, and all our supporters, not to add salt to your wound, but there are people coming from Washington, there are people coming from Atlanta, there are people coming from Canada, to support the Ital Food Festival. So we are expanding. The plant-based movement in Trinidad and Tobago is growing, and I give thanks to all ones and ones who have contributed to raising this level of awareness, and moving this mission and this movement forward. And we are looking forward to hosting the next ITIL Food Festival in Tobago, one in San Fernando, one in Grenada, and you name it. ITIL Food Festival is going to be there. We wanna expand, and we wanna delve into little pockets and little communities that are keeping the traditions alive. And we need to find those people and really highlight them as well. So that's the mission. Give thanks.
Nice.
Empress, yes, you go ahead.
I grew up in Toronto, Canada, so I'm gonna ask if they have any Ital doubles. Is that a thing in Trinidad? Doubles, Ital doubles. Doubles.
Of course, Empress Christine and then make a nice ITIL doubles, and they always yeah,
Yes,
we don't
we
missing
make Ital
anything. We don't miss
doubles.
anything. Empress Christine and then make a nice ITIL doubles, and they always yeah, we don't missing anything. We don't miss anything. Empress Christine and then make a nice
Yeah,
ITIL doubles,
so
and
you can get
yeah, we don't miss
everything you can
anything.
think about in the outside world. You can have it Ital, and you can have it healthy, and you can have it wholesome. So you're really and truly not missing anything.
I love it. I love it. All right. All right. That's all I wanted to know. I wanted to know about the doubles and the.
If I could just say a few words, I also wanted to also give thanks to the eco-friendliness of the event as well. I don't think anybody mentioned it. Um, the fact that the lack of plastic being used by the vendors, and I think that's so important, because somebody have to do it, and somebody have to take that extreme step and say, no, we're not using these products that cause harm to us and to other people and to nature. And like the deepest respect for taking that step, even though it seems difficult to even us as vendors to take that step as well. Somebody really needs to take the forefront in making sure that we use eco-friendly products, and we make sure things are able to be decomposed or recycled and disposed of properly as well, because when we driving and we see rubbish at the side of the road, it affects us, the community, and our environment as well. So I just wanted to touch on that as well because I thought it was an important part of the festival as well.
Thank you for that attribution, my sister. I really and welcome to the Ital Food Fest. This is your first year, so I'm gonna welcome the I as part of the media support for the festival. Um, the I is gonna be in good company. These are mighty sisters, and it's gonna be historic. You know what I mean? I feel the energy bubbling already, and I tell you, I really I'm trying not to feel away, but it does keep on. You know what I mean? If I had $1 million, I would be on a plane tomorrow. You know, and I would be there, but I don't have that money right now. And it's Armageddon, so you have to choose your place on the battlefield right now. You know what I mean? We have to be wise. But I'm glad to know that these sisters are on the front line in Trinidad. And with this war happening, it's going to be more important than ever for us to really eat healthy, exercise. You know what I mean? And I hope there's some outreach to farmers. I don't know if the item have connected with farmers who are farming Ital so that they can also have a place to thing. And if not, next year. And also database management. I hope that the item are collecting the information of all the attendees so you have an email list, and also mapping the farmers, the vendors, you know, mapping the Ital food system, because with this work, we need data to make strategy, and we're at the point now of the Armageddon where we have to be strategic. You know what I mean? And that mean we need to know if we have 3 man a grow planting and we need 10 man. We need to know that. You know what I mean? We don't want just come and only 3 man bring planting, but we did need 10 man. So we have to go out to the community to get them 7 man we grow planting. So we have to start thinking about the whole food system, what we consume, and grow what we consume, and we need to know how are those farmers that are planting those things that we are consuming, and how can we support them, you know what I mean, so that they have what they need to grow the nutrient dense food that is the foundation of the food system. These are the questions we have to ask, and this is the kind of level of attention to detail, and I know these sisters are working on all of those things. And this is why we need funding above and beyond what they are getting. And a lot of times we're waiting on the government to sponsor us. And I burn out that, even though give thanks for the government support, but why are we as a community not funding these kind of events? My commitment, you know, is when the Lion Voice Network get to be a multi-million-dollar corporation, we'll come on board as a sponsor, you know. We don't have it right now, but what we can do is to highlight it to the world, to our global audience, and ask our global audience to give a contribution. So this is how we're fighting the war. We're fighting with the tools that we have. I want you to think of that $1 as a bullet, you know what I mean, as a knife, the $5 a bullet, the $10 as a cannon, you know what I mean, the $50 as a missile. And these are the economic weapons that we use. If you can even spend $1 with your brethren, you know what I mean, do that. So it's just a mindset shift that we need, family. Mindset shift. We have everything that we need. I want to big up I am Italist. Ital is vital. Give thanks for the attribution. The $2. This is what I'm talking about, because sometimes it's just grassroots would give a contribution. I am Ital, step out on the battlefield and him fire a shot, $2, give thanks. We need the item to do the same for each of these guests. We're gonna have them share their information shortly, and we need the item to support. Don't just see them, but send us strength. And again, if 100 people send us strength, that is a strength for the workers, you know what I mean? and are the workers we are dealing with at this time. We don't have to imagine. We now wait from Jesus to come from sky. You know what I mean? This is not a sky god. Livity. The Almighty live within I and I. What did the Honorable Prince Emmanuel say? Man of right is what? God in flesh. You understand? So that means that the Almighty live within us. So there's no one coming to save us. You know, I have to chant that every episode. There's no one coming to save us, family. We are the change. We are the salvation that we are waiting for. You know what I mean? Collective security, if you want to put it that way, for surety. All right. Where we want to go now? I don't hear from my Toronto sister for a little while now. Let me check in with Empress Juma. Empress Juma, what have we missed? What do we need to let the people know about this historic event? Hold on, you're on mute. Let me unmute thyself.
Good.
Yes, I.
Yes, I. Blessed love, once more to one and all. Well, at this point in the program, my Lord, I'm just feeling so humble and so full, feeling real, real full in my irids, soulfully as well. What have we missed? I want to highlight and I want to glorify the opportunity that the Ital Food Festival and like-minded events have been creating. As Empress Carissa rightfully said, and I 100% agree, this is the time. The community is ready. The community is open-minded, open heart, even open hand, in the sense of when we receive with an open hand. And the testament is the popularity, the growth, and the genuine positive energy that any and anyone will feel upon entering the Ital Food Fest. And to I and I as Rastafari, in my humble view, in my young view, what I love about the Ital Food Festival, what I glorify the most is Rastafari leadership coming together, Rastafari, as I was even reasoning in the previous time that we came on the program, Rastafari is a much more vast and layered and, if you say, complex community or liberty than many of I realize. We have the frontline representation of Rastafari, the Ice Gold and Green. We have reggae music. We have even Ital Livity. But and as I trod through this journey, we learn how much we still have to learn about I self, and that is what I love about Rastafari Liberty. It is a liberty where it is never ending. The growth is never ending. The evolution is a must. The change is constant. But what does not change is our commitment to our liberty and our sovereignty to make the right choices for ourselves and for our future generations. And I just feel very strongly, very positively as well, that the Ital Food Festival has created an infinite platform, for Rastafari leaders, especially up and coming youths like Princess Makeda and even younger, to begin to see themselves and see the community in its fullness and everything that I Rastafari have to offer, which is so much more than the mainstream media will ever divulge, right? And that is not accidental. That is carefully constructed, but Black food sovereignty, Rastafari food sovereignty is something that affects all of I. Is not only a conversation to be held in closed Rastafari spaces. And same thing goes for Ital Liberty. Some of us connect through vegan, or some of us connect through disease prevention, or family members who now have to face the fact that, okay, they cannot eat fried foods anymore, or they cannot drink carbonated beverages anymore because it's literally taking days off of their life. You know, Rastafari has been chanting this from ancient days. And so that's the celebration aspect, you know, that the Ital Food Festival can bring. And also liaising the Rastafari community with the even wider community. You know, it is for everyone. And I say this with utmost love and utmost respect. So I just want to add that piece. Give thanks.
Give thanks for that. Empress Carissa, anything else you would want to share before we get into the final sounds?
Give thanks, Empress Juma. Give thanks. The Ital Food Festival, many of the vendors don't have their own shop, you know. So that is one of the advantages or one of the beautiful things about Ital Food Festival, that so many various Ital cooks and anybody related to the benefits and the goodness of plants, most of them are under this one space, you know, and everyone can connect and get to know each other and make new links. And, you know, as someone living the natural liberty, I'm really proud to see Rastafari being respected out there as well. You know, it's really encouraging and motivating as well. So, so yeah, that's what I want to say. Give thanks. Give thanks.
Give thanks. So I want to give everyone an opportunity to share information about their personal business. So I want the Lion Pride to take out their pen and pencil and take down this information. We're gonna ask one to support all of these powerful sisters individually and collectively by going to the Ital Food Fest. So we'll start with the I, Empress Juma. Can you give us some information about the I personal works and how ones can support the I?
Sure, give thanks. So I have been an Italist since I was a very young person, you know. Almost 30 years I've been on the plant-based trod, you know. Got into, I guess, the entrepreneurship aspect of it about 20 years ago, you know, and I want to say it's been such a joy. My number one drive has been bringing Ital Livity to the community, because my first clients were community groups and nonprofit organizations and youth camps and, you know, after school youth drop-in centers where I also used to work very closely. And so my colleagues and my co-workers in youth and community development work, particularly in the Black and African descendant community, were my first supporters, you know. So rather than speak about my marketing, which is actually has been my biggest challenge in my past 20 years as being an Ital entrepreneur, marketing, and now, you know, in the world of social media, that's been my biggest challenge. So everybody who knows Empress Juma knows that you can't really find me on social media in that way. However, I am willing to give my personal phone number, which is area code 868-333-3924. Yes, up to 2026. That is the best and direct way to reach the eye, you know, and there are reasons for that as well. Living in a natural setting where we don't yet have the technology, the amenities, you know, and that's just how it is. I humbly accept that, you know, but I give thanks even once again for this network of the Ital Food Festival, which can help to bridge that gap, you know, for those of I and I who may not be so well connected technology wise.
Yes.
I have, not only as a chef, you know, but I've also been very passionate and very engaged in also teaching cooking and food preparation, plant-based food preparation, engaging with Black and African descendant youth, particularly to learn organic farming and everything that is connected to that organic farming liberty. and above all, community engagement, leadership, social entrepreneurship, which I describe as, that perfect balance between having a profitable business and
Yes.
using those revenues to positively impact, and so I will just say that for now. The
Yes.
name of my business is Taitu Ital Kitchen, of course, named after the
Yes.
Honorable Empress Taitu of ancient Ethiopia,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I will just, if I may, I just wanted to contribute um, a utterance of His Imperial Majesty on leadership.
Please.
So I livicate this utterance, to the eye, the Judgmak, and I give thanks for being one of our mentors, and I livicate this as well to all of my sisterins, all of my empresses, royal empresses on this panel tonight. And I livicate this to all Rastafari youths, coming forward. So His Majesty says on leadership, once a person has decided upon his life work and is assured that in doing the work for which he is best endowed and equipped, he is filling a vital need. What he then needs is faith and integrity, coupled with a courageous spirit, so that, no longer preferring himself to the fulfillment of his task, he may address himself to the problems he must solve in order to be effective. Selassie Ja. All right.
Rastafari.
So with these few words, I now give much thanks and more powers, more life, health, and strength. Rastafari.
Rastafari. That speech, I teach to young men, brethren especially. That is a mission statement in terms of identifying your purpose and moving on that path to your divinity. You know what I mean? Realizing that internal divinity and divine path. So give thanks for that speech. We're gonna allow Ital Kitchen, and before we do that, Empress Juma, we're gonna have to get some young people around you to rally around the eye so you can build out that technological side of your business. You know what I mean? Because
Give
the thing
thanks.
about it is, even if I not function in the business, we can own these businesses and other people can run them, because we have this tendency to be self-employed and then the business goes when we go. So we want to create institutions that outlive I, that we can pass down generation to generation. That Taito Ital Kitchen would be one of those brands. And maybe the next generation of youth would have the IG page and all them something there. You don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? But I would direct them and make sure the integrity of the brand is being maintained. You know what I mean? So I'm praying for that for the eye. You know what I mean?
Give thanks, my Lord.
Because we share an elder named Zola. So
Yes,
you
Lord.
know, I feel like it's my sister. You know what I mean? So I have to give you that gem. All right. So Ital Delights. I know there's a delay, but just let us know how one can connect with the item, how they can support the item, how can the global family spend money with the item. All right, so Ital Delights. I know there's a delay, but just let us know how one can connect with the item, how they can support the item, and the global family spend money with the item.
Yes, I best love. So you could find us on WhatsApp. You could also find us on Instagram, and we have a TikTok as well. It is not as active as our WhatsApp, but you can find us there.
All right,
Um,
share. What is it?
our
What
phone
is it?
number for our WhatsApp is 868-287-4653. Yes, I give thanks for being here, and it's a pleasure to, be a part of this panel full of such powerful women in this powerful month as well. So, we give thanks.
Greetings. Is everyone hearing?
Yes, I.
Blessed. Give thanks. So I wanted to share something on community. And through the years, everyone who knows me knows that I'm strong on community building. And I want to give thanks for Ital Fest 2026 and beyond for being that space, for being that community and welcoming others to join that community. There are many who would attend the festival and they are from various backgrounds. I had such a rich conversation with the people, customers, vendors, and even just curious people who would have been meat eaters, who are fish eaters, and those who quote unquote are vegan, right? And italist as well. And everyone has questions and everyone is treading their life in a certain way. But as we always say, if it is you want to reach far, it's to surround yourself with like-minded people. So Ital Fest is that space for you to make connections with the farmers, with other entrepreneurs. You may have an idea or concept that, you planted that seed in your mind years ago, and now it's time for it to blossom, and you just needed to be connected to certain ones for it to manifest. And Ital Festival is that space. It's open, it's hospitable, it's welcoming, and it's time for this community to build and become even stronger. I'm also a primary school teacher, and we had our career day, I think Monday. Monday was the career day, and there was a section for those children who were interested in becoming farmers. And you would be stuff, how many, even though that I'm in the countryside, how many children wanted to be farmers? It would be shocking. The number was very small because there are a lot of misconceptions about farmers in children's minds.
Wow.
And they probably do not see the wealth in farming. And we need to share that, yes, there is wealth in farming. Without farmers, we don't have anything. The whole place will pop down. It's either you become a farmer yourself to sustain your life, to sustain existence, to your family's existence. We need to grow food. That's where the wealth is. The wealth is in the soil. The wealth is the land, the earth. And I think that many, even not just children, adults also miss this. And there's that misconception, and people may look down on farmers or no, farmer, I don't want to be that, because you're thinking dirt and the hustle and all of that. But during that lockdown that we had, people need to remember the only places that were open would have been those places that were considered amenities. Food. Yes. Food. That's what we need. Healthy food, clean food. That will never shut down. We need food. And if we can make that connection to food as wealth, the earth is wealth, then a lot more children and even a lot more adults.
Okay, the Wi-Fi was cooperating with us for a while.
So something greasy here, and it's dense, but there's something greasy on some of it.
Are we okay?
We had a little pause. Continue.
You're hearing me now?
Yes, we had a little pause, but continue.
I was saying that in schools. Okay, in schools, we still have a lot of what you call junk foods. Yes. And it is trying now to, while the ministry may be trying and they are putting bans on certain things, they are banning things, but they are not offering solutions. So we need to step forward and offer those solutions, the alternatives, the replacements, right?
Yes.
Because if you give children a chance and adults a chance, remember they have made the junk food very affordable for
Yes.
people who struggle financially. So
Yes.
now we need to reverse that. And the power of community is that the more hands we have, the more accessible and affordable these things will become.
Yes.
All of this is part of building the community. I welcome Ital Fest. I welcome anyone, everyone to Ital Fest. Come, enjoy, come with an open mind, come with your belly in your hand, as we say. Come with your belly in your hand, come to eat, but also come with an open mind and come to make connections. You will be surprised. You will be surprised at what you can learn, what you can gain, what you can gather, and what you yourself can share with us. Experience, just come to share. That's what community is about, sharing. And in sharing, we propel further, upward, inward, outward, and we just build that energy and move on from there. Right? So
If, if,
I give
if,
thanks. I give thanks for just, the honor of being with ones and ones on this panel, for sharing. And as I said, Abida Liberty, one aspect of it is Ital food. The other aspect will be community building, education, there's textiles. And so Abida Liberty on Instagram is just that, at Abida Liberty,
okay.
ABEDUALIVITY, and the same for Facebook. And when I'm doing my cashew orders, cashew paste and walnut paste, people usually contact me via WhatsApp as well. That would be 868-339-5189. I
Beautiful.
give thanks just for existence and presence and being with ones and ones. And I'm very excited moving forward, looking
Give,
inward, upward, and outward. Heal His Majesty and the balance Empress Manan, and give thanks for this word sound.
give thanks. I'm honored by the eye presence. Go to Instagram and follow Abba Duale Livity. And I just followed the eye. So I will be following the journey. Everyone,
Yeah,
please go and follow. And also put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Can everybody put their contact in the chat as well? So that people who are watching live can also get it directly from the item. So if you can just go in the chat on YouTube and put in the information. Empress Yaya, give us your final sounds. Let people know how they can spend money with the eye.
Greetings. So my social media, I only use TikTok at the moment. I'm not really active on anything else. And on there, I am Kairi Wellness. That's Kairi Wellness. And with most people, if you want to get easy contact, WhatsApp is the order of the day. So I will be 868-471-3500. And that's the easiest way to contact me would be through WhatsApp.
Give me the TikTok again. Give I the TikTok again.
Kairi, Kairi Wellness, WELLNESS.
Okay. So you see it there, family. And any final words to the global family?
I would share that Kairi is an indigenous name for Trinidad, from the First Peoples. And, because I'm here in Trinidad serving the nation, hence the Kairi Wellness, to be able to give us back that connection to when people live off the land and live in nature and live in the rainforest and so forth. So, just bringing that connection to a part of ancestry that a lot of us have, but may not necessarily be fully aware of as well as Trinidadians.
All right. And yoga is such a nice thing for the fountain of youth, I call it. You know what I mean? When you practice your yoga, you get your stretching, very good for your circulation
Yes,
and
for your
these
life
things.
force, for your energy,
Yes,
for your
yes,
nervous system, for your body, for your soul, for your health, for your energy, everything. Yoga could help and heal almost everything in your body the same way with having a good diet and eating good food and living well. You know, yoga is such a a blessing to people because movement is medicine, movement is health as well. So, you know,
love it.
we have to push movement. Movement moves emotion, it moves tension, it make you stronger, it make you feel better, you get endorphins, your nerves connect, you connect with your mind, body and soul. Even if you're in a class, you're focusing on yourself and it's taking a moment for you to take care of you
Yes,
by practicing yoga. So as well, that is a big part of my journey as well, is allowing people to experience being with themselves and being okay with being with themselves and within themselves and spending time for themselves. A lot of us don't feel guilty when we take time for ourselves, and you know, yoga allows us to find peace in that space.
yes, yes. I want to give thanks for the eye. And again, welcome, um, to the vibration. Rastafari vibration is inclusive, it's positive. So we're definitely happy to see the eye joining the family this year. And we're looking forward to only great things. Before I bring forward Empress um, Carissa for the ceiling sound, I want to share a flyer here. Let me remove this here and put this here. Hold on. This is Empress Menen Rising, the Earth Strong Celebration, which is taking place March 29th, right there in Trinidad. I want to big up all of the Empress Menen Rising family. If you're going to be in Trinidad, make sure you support this event as well. As we say, a lot of these sisters are also active with Empress Men and Rising, and I really am impressed by everything that's happened. There's a Ital food drive donation. Again, vital, these networks that are being built in Trinidad. You can reach out to the ones them. I'll post these on our community tab. So if you go to the YouTube post and you look at the community tab, I'll post these flyers as well so ones can tune in. But these are some of the great works that are happening in Trinidad, one of our largest Rastafari communities in the Caribbean. So we definitely want to big up all of the Trinidad and Tobago family. Ital Food Fest, major festival coming up. We want everyone to support it. Um, and we want everyone to feel proud. This is something that we can all, as Rastafari around the world, feel proud about. And everybody take ownership and everybody feel like this is for I and I. Big up yourself, Ross Michael, with the $2 attribution. It was so nice. He did it twice. You know what I mean? Big up yourself. Lion Pride, I really give thanks for the ones them who giving um, to the platform. Again, everyone who has reached out to advertise on the platform as well. If you have a book, if you have a album, you have a single getting ready to drop, this is the place that you should consider spending your marketing dollars, because we are building a Rastafari media ecosystem here, and we need to have our own ecosystem. So we want to put your product in front of people who are deal with what you are deal with. It don't make sense you spending money with people who not dealing with what you're dealing with. This platform is all Rastafari all day, all Pan African all day. That's all we deal with over here. So if that's your lane, you need to be here building with us. That being said, and Ross Michael drop $1. You see, Ross Michael a fire automatic. You understand? That's how we deal with it. Automatic fire upon the battlefield. These are the economic weapons, family, that we're using. Talk time done. The talk shop. We lock the talk shop now. I'm a Gideon. Before we go, I want to tell everyone to prepare. This war in Iran is not going to be a short time thing. They closed down the Straits of Hormuz. I've been warning I about that. That's going to increase the cost of shipping. Make sure you're storing food. We had an episode with Trinidad family about the invasion of Venezuela. That never went as terrible as it could, but it's still a looming issue. But that doesn't mean that we ease up. When things don't get so drastic, it doesn't mean that we ease up. We need to still be in a preparation mode because food shortage is on the way. Remember, we tell you, food shortages are on the way. The price of gas in America has already started going up, and this war is not going to be short. So they've already shut down production in Saudi Arabia. This crisis is going to continue and it's going to impact the whole planet. And this is part of the global reset that they have planned. So as Rastafari people, Mecca and I just use that far eye and know, say, COVID was a preparation. Now is the execution time. We have to implement what we know, what we're supposed to do, and come together as one. All right, that aside, I'm going to give it to the Hive to give us a final sound and how the ones them can support and anything final for Ital Fest 2026. Empress Carissa.
Yes, I give thanks. Before I close, I just want to reiterate the importance of what you and Sister Zudinesh spoke about in terms of, really highlighting the farmers and those that are on the ground doing the work and really encouraging more ones and ones to grow their own food. And, you know, my kingman is Rivers Organic Goods, and he's been growing organic food for a really long time. I mean, he will say since creation because he learned it through his grandfather, and this is what he does on a daily basis. But after COVID, after COVID hit, it really affected his perspective, and he really wanted to do more since then in terms of food security, and really has been planting one tree a day, trying his best to do that in the forest, and um, we are trying to reach the youth. We want to pass on that knowledge of growing organically, or just even just the joy of setting a seed and seeing that sprout. So we do have talks about going into the community and doing these kind of classes coupled with the cooking classes. And ITIL is Vital. TT is a registered business that is about catering as well as events, plant-based catering, as well as creating the events to really showcase the food. So that's something that I do every year, do at least 30 events, small or big, just showing and highlighting the significance of plant-based foods and how we can access it and just helping people along the journey. Somebody that supports me is Rethink Your Food, which is a nonprofit organization in Florida who the executive director is Trinidadian, so she really tries to spread her wings throughout the Caribbean diaspora, encouraging people to eat more vegan food and that kind of thing. So that's the kind of support we have on the ground to pushing the plant powered movements. And I want to give thanks for people like that who come home and give back, give back to the community and really share the wealth of information that they've gathered abroad. That's significant. So we give thanks for all supporters. If you want to reach out, ITIL is vitaltt@gmail.com to support this plant-based movement as we go forward. ITIL Food Festival in Trinidad and Tobago. This is our third annual event, and we are very excited and proud to host Everyone, all are welcome. So come
Hold
with
on
an
one
open
second.
heart
Hold
and an
on.
open mind.
Stick up in. Give that email again. Ras Super. I want the I take this email down. Ras Super got link there, you know. Ras Super don't play around. May I make you know. Give the email again. Ras Super does not play. He's gonna link you. You're gonna see some funds reaching at your account. Okay. Say that
Yes,
number
I will.
again.
We are
Give that
grateful.
email again.
ITAL, ITAL is IS Vital. ITAL is Vital, TT for Trinidad and Tobago at gmail.com. ITAL is Vital, TT at gmail.com. Give thanks for all ones, who see the vision and contribute to the vision. I want to thank my team. I want to thank the team. This year I had a much stronger team than I had for the first 2 years. Not excluding or lessening the works of the first two teams that have contributed, which have really been my friends and family. But it's really a good strength to have Empress Juma and Sister Makeda. We have Rio, a brother named Bobo Rio. We have Matthew. We have the wellness coordinator, Kali. Empress Juma, I'm not leaving out anyone. We have our brethren in Canada, Ryan, and our sister Idisha too, So I just want to give thanks to all ones who called in, all ones who supported, Yes, I give thanks.
Give thanks. She touch everything, Empress Juma, everything cut and clear. Everything cut and clear.
Yes, my Lord. I believe so.
Give
so.
Give thanks.
Give
Give
thanks.
thanks. So there you have it, family. 2026 Ital Food Fest. It's gonna be a blockbuster film, and if you're not there, it's your fault because this thing was advertised. What's the location, please? What's the location, Empress Carissa?
Scouts headquarters, St. Anne's.
Okay.
So St. Anne's, it is around the roundabout. We're gonna make a post tomorrow. If you're traveling or if you're driving, how you could get there. We're gonna share that information tomorrow.
All right. So my Trinidad family, we know the Lion Pride is strong in Trinidad. Make sure you forward out. If you can't go, link the sister in them by email, by IG. Reach out to the sister and find out how you can support them. These are the workers' family. There's no mystery. We're trying to demystify this movement. There's no mystery out there. They are human beings that are doing the work and they need support. So instead of you buy that coffee or you buy that bag of chips or you buy the little thing, save that $5, send it to someone on the back of field so that they can be strengthened. And if we have a multitude of ones doing that, now we are aggregating the capital we need to make that transformation. 10,000 people giving $10 is something special for anyone on the battlefield. That's life changing for some people. 50,000 people giving $10 can be life changing for someone. And a lot of these sisters, they can multiply. That's their nature. So you wake up these sisters with 500,000 US in their bank account. Trust me, bigger things are gonna happen. Good for the community, and it would only cost 50,000 people $10 a piece. So that's how we have to think about this revolution, family. It's not the wagga wagga that's gonna do this. It's every mickle make a muckle. It's one cocoa full basket. This is the ancient wisdom of our ancestors, and we are returning to that time. Food shortage is on the way. Water shortage is on the way. Inflation is on the way. Babylon is falling. Come out of her, my people, lest ye be partakers in our sins and sharing our plagues. Repatriation is still a must. I will be there to document. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the lion's voice. Yili?
Blessed love, this is Rashila representing for the Lion's Voice.
Rastafari.
See? Yeah, man. Keep it locked right here, sir.
Yes.
On to Zion we go. Lion voice don't move slow, no. Rastafari
Walker
losing
Seba,
dreams, and we're
Rasta
going
Marley,
wherever
big up yourself.
blessings flow. Keep it locked right there, so saying Rashida said that. Lion's voice.
What are you waiting for? Come together, come together. Calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
Big up Empress Sharon.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Rastafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like I do. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, Alliance Science. Oh, you're wrong. Universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Big up Bahamas family.
Blazing fire, yeah man, this is Racindio out of Belize. And the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. Right? Yeah man. We blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah man, Racindio. Say that. Blazing fire.
Bob on the job. Big up yourself, Bob.
Fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to the lion voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Oh, yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.